What's up, guys? Back on me is here. We got Smallville Season 2, Episode 11, Visage. Okay, so this episode starts off with Clark and Lana fixing like a pipe, a leaky thing, and Clark just it starts to burst, and Clark just uses his like laser on his heat vision to fix it. So Clark says that Whitney has been for over a month, so yeah, then we get to Whitney and his like platoon is like and he's like and his commander's like all you, he's like when we get home I want to see Lana, and he's like all you is Lana, Alan, and all this other stuff. So yeah, and then and then one of the guys says he's gonna die, but then Whitney's like no one's gonna die here, and then boom, explosions happen, boom, and then boom, explosions happen. So, so yeah. So Clark's like, hey, I know you miss Whitney. And when he said that, Lana drops all her books because she sees Whitney, and Clark's like, not to be a little selfish, but Lana and I were doing great. Now Whitney's back, so. And now all of a sudden she's back to Whitney. So Clark's like, aren't you? But then Johnson's like, Clark, aren't you going to Whitney's homecoming bash? So yeah. So Lana's at Whitney's house, and Whitney's like, hey, Lana. Like he's like, what? Did you get my letter? He's like, what letter? He's like, Lana, when I was in the war, I lost. We were hit, and so my memory was wiped out. So she's like, okay, so they're at the, and they're like, and when he's like, oh, Clark, and he's like, me and Clark are just friends. So when he goes into the bathroom, he tears off the door of the bathroom and starts hitting it, and Clark's like, Whitney, what's going on? And he's like, and he's like, you're a class act kid. While I'm saving the country, you're going around messing with my girlfriend. And she's like, I took your advice, Whitney. I took care of Lana. And he's like, stay away from Lana. So, what does Whitney do? He basically tells Lana that Clark did. So, and then Lana's like, Clark, Whitney told me that you attacked the bathroom and told him to stay away from me. And he's like, that's not true. And he's like, Whitney saved, after a long time in the war, Whitney came back and now you're accusing him? I can't believe you. And leave. So, yeah. And then we learn that Lex and Dr. Bryce have been going out 5 dates, and Lex was like, was what's this with you and my father? And she's like, you've been spying on me? And he's like, yeah. So they're in a fight. So yeah. So when I comes to say something about when he's like, I'm sorry, people found, and then Whitney, what about him? And then Whitney shows up, and he's like, and then Whitney starts beating the guy, and he has a blow. So Whitney just committed murder. Yeah. So yeah. So Clark. So yeah. So Clark goes. He's like, Lana. So he's like, Lana, let's move in. Let's move in together, right? He's like, and Lana's like, wait, Whitney, I don't want to move in with you. He's like, yeah. He's like, because of Clark. No, so he drops his mom, and he's like, what's the name on radio? He's like, and she's like, I don't know. He's like, what's the name on radio? And she tells the name of radio, and yeah, and then Clark, and he's like, stay on my life, Clark, and yeah, and then it turned out that this is not Whitney, but it's Tina Greer. Yes, Tina Greer is back, and yeah, she basically. Yeah, she Tina Greer, she has traumatized Whitney's mom. Yeah. So Clark goes and they're like, hey, I think Whitney's not winning. I think it's Tina Greer. And they're like, huh? To, Tina Greer, Tina Greer committed suicide, and then Pete's like, and Pete, then when they, and he's like, and then Clark's like, yeah, I think Tina Greer knows about my ability. So yeah, and then we see Lana, and then Clark leaves to go talk to Foreman, but then Lana like grabs Whitney. He's like, Tina, and she just knocks him, and she's like, who you calling a freak? So yeah. So yeah, and then Johnson's like, and then Johnson's like, Clark, has anyone found Tina? And he's like, no. He took on Tina posing out Whitney took on his necklace. So yeah, Jonathan Tina, and he gives Clark the necklace, and he's like, he's like, and Clark's like, you tried to kill Lana last year, and he's like, and she's like, yeah, biggest mistake in my life. Now I love Lana, so I'm gonna say yeah, Tigger is the first LGBTQ character in the show. Yeah, so she's like, and Lana wouldn't want to be with anyone but Clark Kent. So but then the ship it like neutralizes the kryptonite. So Lana's kryptonite necklace on, and Tinker pretends to be Chloe, and all gets up on Lana's body, and then Lana's like, "What's going on?" It's like everyone took a crazy. So then she appears at town, and as Clark is like, when he tried to get her to marry him, and he's like, my parents got married when my mom got married. When he's like, his mom got married to his dad when he was when she was 16, but but then he appears as Clark, and he's like, and Tina, she's still trying to get with Lana, so but then Clark like hates me, but he's like Clark, and he's like Clark like it's lying, it's Tina, but that's Tina, and he's like, and Clark like, the one who fixed your leaky sink, and then that gets Lana to realize it's Ginger, and then she kicks Tina, then she says, "Get away from me, you freak," and Clark bows her for a little while, and she said, "It's time for Clark to." Then she tries to then she says, "You need to die, Clark," and she throws something at Clark, but then she gets stabbed and Tina dies, which is very sad. So yeah, Then Lex goes to Dr. Hellenbright, and he's like, hey, she's like, your father gave me my money to break up with you, Lex. So now they're together. So, but that doesn't stop them from getting together. So now Tina, so now Dr. Hellenbright and Lex are dating, and then Johnson's like, and then Johnson finds Clark and is like the the ship neutralized the necklace, and he's like, how did you do that? So they go back, and then he tells Whitney's mother, she's pretty terrified. But and they're like, the same thing that recruiter who came to Whitney was that Whitney died in combat. Whitney's body was found and he died in combat. And Clark's like, Tina Greer was able to. Whitney didn't have any superpowers. He didn't have any of this, but he still died protecting the country. And Clark's like, what if he didn't have any powers? Would he still do the same? And John's like, Clark. Clark, when he saved Clark, Clark, you don't need powers to be. You don't need. You can say we're with or without power. So Clark goes to Lana and actually Lana goes to Clark and Lana's like, like, Clark, I'm sorry for everything I'm sorry for everything that I said. I don't want to push you away ever again. And she says that everyone close to her ends up leaving. Her parents, now Whitney, and she was wrong about Clark. That she doesn't have to be mad at him anymore, and no matter how many secrets he has, she just wants him to be in her life, and that's how the episode ends. This episode was very sad. Actually, it was very good, but it was also very sad. The Tinker surprise was very. I think I'll make this Whitney Returns, or Whitney back, or is he? So, I hope you like, comment on the video, like, comment, subscribe. I hope you guys have a wonderful night. I'll see you next Smallville.